I took the hard road, but it led me to a place of dignity and purpose. Written by Eberi Chukwu, Folktale Therapy. My name is Vivian, and at 20, I was in love with Nnamdi. He was charming, handsome, and promised me the world. But when I got pregnant, he disappeared. His family disowned him, and I was left to fend for myself. I struggled to make ends meet, selling goods at the market and working odd jobs to provide for my son, Ekene. Despite the challenges, I ensured Ekene received a good education. And he grew into a brilliant and kind young man. Years passed, and I built a successful catering business. I became known for my delicious dishes and warm hospitality. One day, I received a call to cater a high society wedding. As I arrived at the venue, I saw Nnamdi and his wife. He looked older, but his arrogance remained. The bride, their daughter, was beautiful and kind. She thanked me for the food, and I smiled, knowing that she had no idea that her father had abandoned me and our son. As the evening progressed, Nnamdi approached me. "Vivian," he said, his voice uncertain. "Is that you?" I looked up, smiled calmly, and said, "Long time." He seemed taken aback by my composure. "I didn't expect you to do so well," he said. I laughed lightly. "I didn't expect to be serving food at your daughter's wedding either," I replied. He looked at me with a mix of guilt and admiration. "I'm sorry," he said. "About everything." I nodded. "I forgave you years ago. You gave me Ekene, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to me." He paused, then asked, "Can I see him?" I looked him dead in the eye and said, "He's not a trophy to be displayed after 12 years. He's a successful young man, and he's doing just fine without you." Then I walked away, feeling a sense of closure and triumph. I had built a life, raised a wonderful son, and proved to myself that I was capable of overcoming any obstacle. As I walked away from Nnamdi, I couldn't help but feel a sense of vindication. I had spent years rebuilding my life, focusing on my catering business, and raising Ekene to be a kind and compassionate person. As I drove home, I reflected on the journey that had brought me to this moment. My thoughts drifted back to the early days, when I had struggled to make ends meet. I remembered the countless nights I'd spent worrying about how to pay the bills, how to put food on the table, and how to give Ekene the best possible life. But I also remembered the small victories, the moments of joy that had sustained me through the darkest times. When I arrived home, Ekene was waiting for me, eager to hear about the wedding. I smiled, feeling grateful for the loving relationship they shared. "It was a beautiful wedding, sweetie," I said. "But the best part is that we're doing well, and that's all that matters." Ekene nodded, understanding the importance of family and relationships. "I'm glad we're doing well, Mom," he said. "You're an amazing woman, and I'm proud of you." My heart swelled with pride and love for my son. I knew that I had done something right, that I had raised Ekene to be a good person. As we hugged each other tightly, I felt a sense of peace wash over her. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I had finally found closure. I had faced Nnamdi, and I had come out on top. I realized that I didn't need his validation or approval. She had been building a life of her own, one that was filled with purpose and dignity. As I looked to the future, I knew that I would continue to face challenges. But I was ready. I had learned to be strong, to be resilient, and to find joy in the simple things. And with Ekene by my side, I knew that I could overcome anything. The next morning, Ekene came looking at me with sense of pity. Maybe because of what I've passed through seeing him through in life. I said, "My son, never mind, I'm good, we are good, God is also good." Ekene nodded, and we hugged each other tightly. We had been through a lot together, but we had come out stronger on the other side. As I looked at my son, I knew that I had done something right. I had raised him to be a kind and compassionate person, and he would make a difference in the world. And as for Nnamdi, he was just a footnote in our story. A reminder of the past, but not a defining factor in our present or future. I took the hard road, but it led me to a place of dignity and purpose. This quote resonated deeply with me, and I knew that it would inspire others to hold on to hope and never give up on the dreams.